Well, now that we are officially in spring, it's still going to feel like summer for our day today. Good morning. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still. Let's take a look at what we're going to be tracking for the day today. We're going to be looking at the potential for some scattered showers and storms around after we get rid of, again, the dense fog for this morning. Now, I think a better chance of the storms will be around for tomorrow, and the main threat tomorrow is going to be the brief heavy downpours and maybe some small hail, but also a lot of lightning. There's one cell we've been tracking all morning coming through Raleigh, Cary, headed down towards Fayetteville. Potentially 4 or 5 lightning strikes causing some damage to homes as well. We'll take a look at that here in a minute, and still going to keep the chance for some scattered isolated storms as we head into Thursday, and also yet again some more potential for patchy fog, but keeping the threat tracker in the low category. Now we're also looking at the potential, a couple spots flirting with some record high temperatures today. Main spot would be New Bern. 79 is the record high set back in 2002. And in 1968, we had set the record high in Williamston of 78 degrees. So those are really the only 2 spots that potentially could set records for the day today. Rest of places like Washington, Kinston, and Greenville are talking about mid to upper 80s, and we're not going to be that warm for later on this afternoon. Here's your Storm Track 12 forecast. 78 to 82 we'll say even low 70s at the beaches, with those scattered showers and storms getting going, especially by 1 or 2 o'clock. Along the inner banks and then working their way from east to west. So a little bit different than we're used to seeing as that sea breeze front presses in. Now, as we go overnight tonight, east of Highway 17, especially along the inner and outer banks, we are going to have some storms scattered about, but also potentially some more patchy, dense fog for inland spots. Talking about another mild night, upper 50s and low 60s. More cloud cover around for tomorrow, a tad bit cooler, not talking about near 80 degrees. How about the mid-70s, still 10 degrees above average for this time of year, with more scattered showers and storms about. And again, my threat tomorrow is the potential for some heavy downpours from those storms. Today, though, the big deal, at least up until the early afternoon hours, is going to be the temperatures. Look at some spots flirting with that 80-degree mark and then staying mild overnight tonight. Then through the day tomorrow, you'll notice a little bit more cloud cover around, a few degrees cooler, but still on the warm, muggy side for this time of year. After all, 65 is our average daytime highs, and we may get there for overnight lows as we head into early Thursday morning. Now, we have been tracking some severe weather across the Central Plains. This storm system will eventually get its way to our neighborhood, but it's kind of blocked here right now as a result of a big upper-level ridge that is across the Tennessee Valley. And you'll notice that ridge line kind of extending right up the spine of the Appalachians as we do see westerly flow, or should we say west to east flow, on the other side of the mountains. But you'll notice some short waves dropping down out of Maryland and Virginia, touching off some showers and storms. And that's that one cell we were talking about that was around Raleigh and the Research Triangle for this morning, that is now headed down towards Fayetteville, that has potential for some damage. A couple homes and apartments set on fire, and even a car struck and disabled by lightning potentially for this morning in and around the Raleigh and Durham region. Now, as we pull our perspective back here, we'll take a look at what's really going on. And as I was saying, that storm system out there in the Central Plains doesn't really move all that much. It's basically kind of blocked because of where the upper level ridge is. The ridge axis extends from southern Canada, basically Hudson Bay, right down the spine of the Appalachians all the way down into the Gulf Coast states. Now, with these little pockets of cold air, these short waves riding along, going from northwest to southeast, across to the Carolinas here, that's what's going to give us the potential for some scattered storms. Also, notice this little pocket of cold air, this little cut-off shortwave here across the mid-Atlantic states. Meanwhile, the big storm's still out here in the Central Plains, and as we put this into motion here for you, notice how that little cut-off low kind of holds right off the southeast coast of the United States for tonight, tomorrow, and even into the first part of Thursday. Meanwhile, the ridge finally does start to break down a little bit here as it kind of reconfigures itself. But notice this storm system ejecting out of the southern plain is forced up and over the ridge as opposed to being able to bowl eastbound through it. And as a result, that's going to keep the warmth in here as we go into the weekend, at least for the first part of it. Then finally, by Friday going into Saturday, we break down that upper level ridge. This cutoff low slowly migrates through the Tennessee and Ohio Valley. And as a result, that's going to bring showers and storms in here for us. But even on Saturday going into Sunday, we've got a pretty good warm feed of moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico around this cutoff low being on the belly side of it. And as a result, I think we are going to see some of those stronger scattered showers and storms in here for the afternoon hours and evening on Sunday. Here's what Futurecast looks like, though. Until we get there, we're going to be looking at some sunshine for the early afternoon hours and those showers and storms by 2, 3, 4 o'clock developing across Beaufort, Craven, Pamlico, Jones, Carteret County, and then moving their way inlands. And here's what I'm talking about for overnight tonight, especially along the inner and outer banks, showers and storms coming in off of the Gulf Stream in the water, and then that'll continue to propagate westward as we go on through the day tomorrow with some brief heavy downpours and maybe, again, some small hail and some gusty winds with those storms as we are talking by 2, 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Pretty good widespread coverage of it for us here in eastern Carolina. And then we'll still continue with the slim chance of some scattered storms in here as we head into Thursday, but a little bit more sunshine. That upper level ridge comes over us by Friday. We're seeing temperatures quickly rebound up to near that 80-degree mark. As we go into the weekend, that cutoff low making its way eastbound here could be a little slower than the models are showing, so that's one thing we are also going to have to watch. But also, it looks like right now, the slower it is, the further into the weekend we go before we get the cloudy, cool conditions in here. And right now, I'm pegging Sunday rainier than what we're going to be looking at on Saturday. We'll have to see if we get some storms in here by late Saturday afternoon and evening hours, or if they hold off until after midnight. That's something we'll continue to keep you updated on. Till then, I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still. Have yourself a good Tuesday.